Good afternoon. I'd like to call this afternoon's meeting of the Orange County Transportation Council Policy Board meeting to order. We'll start off with introductions. And as we're doing the introductions, we're going to start with the in-room roll call. I'm going to ask that everyone please state your full name and affiliation as we go around the room. And Tony, if you'll get us started, please.
Yeah, Tony Cardone, New Village of Walden manager.
Okay. Alan Sorensen, Commissioner of Planning for Orange County, OCTC Director.
And so Ponce, city engineer, putting in some proxy for Jason Larson.
Jacob Louis, Commissioner of Public Works, City of Middletown.
Jesse Dwyer, Town Supervisor, Town of Warwick.
Gary Spears, Town Supervisor, Town of Deer Park.
Caitlin Holt, New York State DOT. Kristen Rosenpop, New York State Director.
Fidelity said them on the company.
Stephen Anthony, you said full name. Town of Newlands.
Denise Quinn, Town of Wayne Supervisor.
Chris Fair, Orange County Planning Department.
Brandon Talia, Orange County Planning Department.
Stacy Butler, Orange County Planning Department. Gabrielle Hill, Orange County Legislator, District 6.
Hannah.
Hannah Gorton, Orange County Planning Department.
Melissa Ocasio, Orange County Planning.
John Ravello, Orange County Legislature.
Michael Torelli, Orange County Office of County Executive.
Travis Ewald, Orange County Parks.
Brian Flannery, I'm a member of the public and the Director of Public Policy for Independent.
Not missing anyone. Raina, if you'll please continue with the online participant roll call, please.
Absolutely. If I could, anyone on the call representing New York State DOT, I have Sandra Johnson. Please state your name for the record.
Sandra Jobson. Yep, Sandra Jobson, New York State DOT. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody online for New York State Thruway Authority? Olu, thank you for joining us from the MTA. Anyone from FHWA online? Okay, FTA, Corey McAllister joining us. She wasn't.
Corey McAllister, DOT.
Thank you so much, Corey. New York State Bridge Authority. Port Authority, Jay Shoefield, I see you're online as well. Thank you for joining us. And anyone representing a municipality that I did not mention.
Sean Arnett, Orange County DPW.
Thank you.
Tiana Grimes from MTA.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, Tiana. I got you both. All right. And that concludes our online roll call.
Excellent. Brandon, thank you. Yes, sir.
Could I give my name as a public participant in the roll call?
Yes, you may.
Yes, sir.
Bert Thielander, Pathways Representative, Vision Hudson Valley member. And if I get an opportunity, I'd like to make some citizen comments.
Which brings us to our next topic, which is a call for citizen participation. Do any wish to provide commentary to the policy board? Bert?
Yes. Well, we want to thank OCTC for your support of components of the bikeway vision in non-motorized trails. We really appreciate it, especially your financial support. And I wanted to make a few questions, mention of non-motorized components of the bikeway vision. We're trying to sort out how to accurately measure trail use. We had a virtual meeting last week, so we've got some thoughts about potential options, what might work, what might be something we could purchase through the county. We'll talk with you more about that. We're just beginning to explore that. And then regarding the Shenamunk Trail that has construction has begun, and the Heritage Trail, 2 sections which have already been done, we'd like to ask OCTC to support the Y section connection near Camp LaGuardia and near Chester through the TAP process. So thank you for listening to that. And then we have a OSI west of Hudson proposal. I think we've mentioned that at prior meetings. In the near future, we're told we'll have a proposed route So Pathways, myself, Alan, OSI is hoping to meet with Gary Spears, Town of Deer Park, Tom Fagione, and hopefully the mayor of Port Jervis to talk about the details of those routes and get feedback. And then the last thing, Alan Sorensen and I met with a staff member of Representative Ryan a week or two ago online, and we got some suggestions for funding resources that can supplement what we're trying to do with OCTC. So again, thank you for listening.
Bert, thank you. I guess I can, just in response, work is progressing with Heritage Trail Segment 3. Also, construction has begun on the Scunnamunk Rail Trail. So the first 2 miles of that trail is the clearing and grubbing has started. Actually, it's I think complete at this point. And later when we get to other updates, I can ask Travis Ewald, who's with us, to give us a brief update on the Scunnamunk Trail. So I want to keep going through the agenda. Next item on the agenda, first, before I go on to the next, are there any other members of the public that wish to speak?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Brian.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Flannery. Again, I'm with Independent Living Inc. for Disability Services and Advocacy organization headquartered here in Orange County. We've been operating here for almost 40 years. Glad to do so. First thing I want to do is commend the OCTC for prioritizing, it looks like, some pretty substantial investments in accessible infrastructure in the form of some equipment, some vehicles. The Village of Pure Stoll especially looks like it's going to be investing in accessible vehicles. We're very grateful for that. I'm also very excited to see the potential for investment in some electronic infrastructure for the request of 5310 transportation services directed toward older and disabled riders. We're very excited about that. And of course, Access Supports for Living's investment in new vehicles. When it comes to 5310 funding, though, I would ask the council to prioritize providers that provide the service on a more agnostic basis with respect to existing community service delivery. I believe Access Supports for Living restricts its service to current consumers, clients within a closed ecosystem. It would be great if that could extend to the entire disability community, an older community here in Orange County of about 44,000 folks. So that would be really wonderful. And then I also just want to express a little bit of disappointment. We spoke a few months ago at an OCTC policy meeting where we were hoping, as far as the TIP selection framework, the OCTC would include some extra credit points for projects that specifically increase accessibility. And I don't see that in the criteria that I think got approved the last meeting. We're hoping, as you reevaluate any of that, you might encourage the improvement of accessibility infrastructure through the selection of awards. In that way, we also were hoping that the OCTC might specifically provide lots of extra credit points to any project that spoke to a priority that exists on the county's ADA transition plan. That is the product of a self-evaluation that was completed late 2024, early 2025. So we hope to support the OCTC in any of those changes that might be possible in the future. But again, I want to focus on my commendation of the OCTC's focus on the increase in accessibility infrastructure across funded transportation. Thank you very much.
Brian, thank you for that. And your points are well taken. I'll see what we can do to follow up on that. So, any other members of the public? Okay. So that concludes our call for citizen participation. Did I miss anyone? Okay. Approval of the meeting minutes summary from our May 14th, 2026 meeting. Those were included in your packet materials. If there are no objections, can I have a motion for the approval of the minutes? Gary, section. Oh, look at five here, right? Okay. All those members in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, minute three. Okay. Now for communications and announcements, does anyone have any communications or announcements they'd like to share with us at this time? Travis, can you provide us a quick update on the Scunnamunk Trail? Absolutely.
So as you mentioned, the clearing and grubbing on the first phase is complete, first mile to the Heritage Trail. Beckwood Road, and so is the rough grading for it. Electric department, care of all that, and we are currently working on an RFP for installation of the base material and paving, and then some bog throw exclusionary fencing. That'll wrap up the first 2 miles. We have a consultant on board for the remainder of 8 miles of the project. They are just about finishing up preliminary design, and we'll be moving on to the detailed design for that. The project is moving along pretty well. We had a public informational meeting a couple months ago in Washingtonville. The project was received very well. Where exactly is this connecting what to what? So it goes from the Heritage Trail by Great Fork by Concordia, and it runs all the way out to the Moon and Trestle south side of Washington.
And just a point of clarification, when Bert was speaking about the Y, that's the railroad Y that is in between the Heritage Trail and Scummage Rail Trail in the vicinity of Camp LaGuardia. And we do have, the county has an application through the Transportation Alternatives Program for the acquisition of that property and design and construction. So fingers crossed on that. Okay, any other communications? Okay. Unless anyone has any old business they'd like to raise, okay, if we move on to new business. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Your name? Cheryl Bader. Welcome. So for new business, we have resolution number 2608. We'd like to take a moment to point out that resolution 2608 includes funding for 2 separate funding programs that are both on the same tip amendment, OCTC 2604, which was provided in the meeting minutes and materials. Basically,
This is sort of similar. It was presented at the previous planning committee meeting on May 14th. And it was at public comment. We didn't receive any public comments on the amendment. The 5310 funding round, the first award went to June services for laptops, tablets, web-based portal enhancements to improve client intake scheduling, volunteer management, reduce wait times, and expand transportation access for seniors and individuals with disabilities throughout the county. And then the second 5310 award is to access supports for living for replacement of 1 vehicle and expansion of the fleet by 2 vehicles. And then another project is 5339 program grants, and that went to the Village of Curious Joel. They were awarded $5,780,000 for purchase of 8 buses to expand their fixed route service.
Resolution is posted for a 14-day public comment period. Following the last OCTC Planning Committee meeting, no public comments were received. And adoption of this resolution today will allow us to meet our New York State DOT stiff deadline mid-June.
I'll make the motion.
Took the words out of my mouth. Yes. No,
I'll second. I'll second. Okay. Okay. I'll second.
Thank you.
Discussion?
So just for clarity, so the entire committee is aware, this was a direct application that we've made to the federal US DOT. This is not monies that are coming out from the Orange County pot or the OCTC pot, the funding. I believe that the other 2 line items here were also directly applied to state DOT, I believe. So this application process was not the OCTC, and OCTC has not been part of the selection because this was direct applications to the federal DOT and to the state DOT by different applicants. So it does not affect any funding that's available for the county. And by approving this, it's not going to bite into any funding that other communities may be looking for. I want to commend the county planning on going through a very rigorous process of selecting a bus manufacturer. That took a lot of time. The county has finally made an agreement, I believe, with Gillig, a 5-year agreement for all buses that are going to be needed for any provider within Orange County. They now have a vendor and a manufacturer that's going to provide those buses. Was a long and rigorous process until this year. The county used to piggyback on other contracts of other different municipalities, different states, different counties. Now they had to do it themselves. So thank you for the hard work. And we have many buses already pending in line. I believe the county is going to be signing its first contract of 31 new buses. Hopefully that's going to be signed very quickly. And then delivery is going to take another year where they manufacture those buses. So it's still a lot of work. Encouraging you to sign that agreement and the purchase order ASAP so the manufacture could begin. And these buses finally put to use to the people that are waiting for it.
Gedalia, thank you. I want to commend my staff, Stacy Butler, Martha Ecken, Carrie Scally, the whole team and the transit unit, Rob Harrington. There's a lot, an incredible amount of work that goes into creating the bus bid. And for those of you who understand, it's not like we go down to the bus car dealership and pick out buses. Each bus is individually ordered and fabricated and delivered for specification. So it is a very long, convoluted process. Just want to follow up on Gedalia's point. KJ submitted an application for a competitive grant, and we're successful in bringing in those federal funds. The advantage of that for OCTC is being that they were able to secure funding through a competitive process that leaves more funding available for all the other members, transportation. So thank you for taking that initiative. And with that, any further discussion?
Do we know what the lead time is for those buses once you order?
I want to say it's 2 years.
Probably closer to 2 than 1, but we'll see what happens.
Because our dump trucks, when we order, it takes like 3 years.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
So when can we have a signed purchase order?
As soon, we'll have it soon, very shortly.
Very soon. By the next meeting, you'll announce that there's a purchase order signed.
It's gonna be my best. Yeah. Any other further discussion on this? So I would like to ask for a motion.
You already have that.
We already had that motion.
No second.
Thank you.
To vote.
All those members signal in favor, signal by saying aye.
All right.
No, thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Motion passes. Hey, I also want to just take a moment to thank Chris Bear, Brandon Tweel, Hannah, Melissa,
Our new intern.
I knew I was gonna mess that up. For all their efforts in helping to organize this meeting today. I also want to take a special moment to acknowledge Stacy Butler, my deputy commissioner, who will soon be retiring. So it's an incredible loss for us, but a wonderful opportunity for Stacy. I don't know if you want to just describe what your next chapter is, but I let me just finish by saying, Stacy, between her planning and law background, has been incredibly helpful in really helping us to get the policies and procedures for OCTC in place, and making sure that really we're dotting every I and crossing every T. And so thank you for that. I know it was a monumental task. I'm gonna miss working with you, and so stay in touch. But let me, if you would like to just share some sentiments with the board. Sorry, I'm putting her on this one.
No, it was wonderful working with everybody, and retiring from the county, but I'm actually going to pursue the Masters in Holocaust and Genocide Education Studies and go on to PhD from there. But it was really wonderful working with everyone, and I wish you all the best in your ongoing and future projects. And yeah, I will probably be around for a bit on a transitional consulting basis. But
Yeah. For that. Great.
thank you for your kind words.
Um, unless noted otherwise, we have a meeting coming up on June 25th. That'll be 1 to 3 in the same room. And we have placeholders for August 13th and October 8th. And also, I just want to take a moment to thank all the voting members and others here for participating, being here today. It's critically, we can't do this business or get our work done without having a quorum here at the meetings. And it was really good to see so many people attend in person. So thank you for that. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So, second.
Okay, thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.